Anybody here? Hang on, I forgot my music. Ooh, that's loud. Okay, I think that's good. There we go. Okay. We do a little bit of... I think I'm a little bit hot today. Hang on. Is that okay? Let me just... Anyway, I'm gonna talk while I... Am I? Oh, I made myself louder, that's why. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is looking better. Oh my god. Anyway, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna try a little bit of DF hacking. I hope my game is not gonna crash, because the last time it was a bit upset that I did too many things. We are going to fiddle around with a few things, including autodump, because I love it. It's good, it's amazing, it's back, and for anybody that is new, you might want to actually check it out. It helps with the cleaning up without actually making your dwarfs do anything, which sounds a little bit cheaty, but in a few things it might be handy. What else? We're gonna try a little bit about the blueprints, because I feel that handling blueprints now in the Steam version has become such an amazing thing to do. It has become so easy. It's 2 clicks of a button and suddenly you have already done blueprints. It's amazing. It's so easy. So if you're not using that, I will show you how to do it. Installing DFHack, by the way, is no problem at all. It's really just going onto the side, downloading a zip folder, putting it into your like local files where DF is, and then unpacking the zip file, and that is it. You're ready to go, and you should start the game and see this little thingamajig in the corner. And then you have all the possibilities of scripts at your very fingertips. So yeah, this is my little DFHack fortress Faithtreaty. I have done quite a few things in this fortress by now. I tried out many things with DFHack, so this is a little bit of a cheaty, scripty fort. But, you know, you have to do it at some point. I've already shown this fort before, but since then many things have changed, because I let the fort actually idle for many hours when I was gone by accident, partly. But so we did actually take over the bridge, which I personally enjoy very much. I also got rid of most of my animals. I'm very sorry to say that, but it got a little bit too much. Right, also we have like bridges here, bridges there, bridges there, so we're very secure. I totally meant to do that, yes. I also enabled the enemies for a while, but I had a problem where cavern dwellers just popped right into my fortress and killed a lot of my population. So currently we are actually back to no enemies. It's fine if you play that way. Don't feel bad about disabling enemies. The control to disable them is there for a reason. So what else do we have here? I'm just gonna unpause the game now. We are looking fairly decent. Oh, by the way, a bird has tweeted to me that if you have many dwarfs that need to fulfill the need for crafting in their head, then the answer are guild halls. And I have to admit that I didn't do too much with guild halls. but it might be the answer to a lot of my problems. So for example, I have a metalsmith guild hall right here in the hopes that these people will become better at crafting anything metal related, anything smith related, and then I might get better artifacts. Also, I did actually do something which is somewhat crazy, but I really like doing that back in the non-Steam version before, and I have to see if that's actually very interesting. Now, it is, I walled off the entire goddamn caverns. I walled it all off. There are, everywhere there's walls, and there's just two entrances to this cavern layer where things can even spawn. This is one of them. I did not wall this off because there's water. We we can ultimately do it. We have the power of God on our fingertips, but most things will not spawn here because it is water, unless they're like aquatic, and then it doesn't really matter. But everything else is walled off. I made sure, even over several Z levels high, that everything is closed off. The only real area that is not is down here. It's this part, and that is because I can't actually reach there. The only way to get here is by swimming through either this underground lake here, let me zoom out, this underground lake here, and then climbing up here. You can't actually climb up there. You have to climb up here, so you have to swim a long while. If you can't swim, you're gonna drown. The alternative route is going through here, and very often I had pond grabbers in this pond. So if you're gonna try to swim through here, oh, they're still there, then these pond grabbers might actually deal with you already, depending on what you are. If you're a Forgotten Beast, I still have to deal with you somehow. But if you're a Forgotten Beast, if you're not a Forgotten Beast, cavern dwellers, you might get stuck here. So I'm okay with that. And I want to see if fully blocked off caverns. Hang on, I realized that there's one tile I haven't blocked off. Look at that. Is that an open tile? No way. Okay, so we can actually finalize this. The caverns are fully open right now. And I'm just gonna build construction, stair. Keep on building, please. Then we go up, up, up to here. Oh, I don't have access because the trees are in the way. Right. The first thing that we're gonna do with the DFHack is, yes, wild cheaty. That's the whole point of DFHack. I'm gonna stop saying that. We can say fast dwarf. This actually makes our dwarfs super, super fast, and it also reduces the amount of downtime that they need. So basically they get a lot more done per day without having to stop, without having to sleep or drink. So if you have a lot of hauling jobs, or you feel overwhelmed, or you feel that something isn't right in your fortress and nothing gets done, you might be able to enable that for, I don't know, a week in game, a month in game, and then everything should be cleared up, because just see how quickly they build this staircase. I am using mods, by the way. One mod that you should see fairly quickly is the fact that it's just interface tweaks, I think it's called. It makes us able to see the hotkeys before hovering over it. Very practical. And sounds. So all these notifications now have sounds, or at least they're louder, which I feel they could still be louder, but hey. Yeah, the mushrooms and the skeletons have become so great. I mean, look at this. You can actually see this is now a real skeleton. And these scarab looking things are apparently chitin plates. Very interesting. All the blackish things here, the brownish blackish, are, by the way, fully formed ant people. So this is, if you like lay your head to the one side to the right, you can actually see it, right? They're like small ant people. See it? There's their head and their feelers, and here's the legs. Yeah, those are my cavern dwellers, and they got really annoying and they killed a lot of my people. But we get to that when we get to that. So this part should now also be walled off, and I think if I didn't overlook anything, that should be everything. Well, we will see, right? We will ultimately see. We have 2 downward passages, and we have to deal with them as well, because there is a possibility that cavern dwellers can also pop in at those points. But yeah. Where's everybody? Right. Also, if you're feeling like your fortress is not doing great or people are not doing jobs, back in the day, this used to be a possibility as well, to just check the tasks, but it was a weird menu and I feel like nobody really looked into it. It did not feel too intuitive. Now you can actually see what are some of the tasks that have to be done in your fortress. Currently, there are no tasks. This is good. This means that all the people can just do whatever they want. You have to imagine, this isn't like RimWorld where you control a person and you tell them, please do this now. It's more of a sim where you give your dwarfs the ability to choose to do this task. And sometimes they don't choose to do that task. They instead choose to mingle with their friends, which, if you overwork them, becomes a problem. Well, I mean, they can marry, yes, and they can mingle, and that's ultimately how they get their happiness and how you get population in your fortress. So, yeah. Also, why is that thing forbidden? What? Why are you forbidden? Oh, rye orange? Rye beer barrel. Why are you forbidden? Interesting. Yeah. Also, something that is very great. Back in the day, we used to have a therapist option where you basically had an Excel sheet and you could see everything. And that was one of the best ways to control what your dwarfs are wearing and how their clothing is looking. Now you kind of just have to make a control group where you click on one and you go into this and you check, oh, is there any wear on any of these items? And in this case, no, there is no wear. This is good. This person fully clothed. Wait, was there wear? Yeah, okay, so their shoes are slightly worn. You can see it at the X. That means this shoe is slightly worn and should be replaced at the next possible moment. Also, I'm just going to designate this all to be melted because I don't need any of this. Except for the bronze crossbow. Please, thanks. So now let's create some jobs and we will see how the task bar is filling up. Metal object, and metal object. Now we unpause, we go here and tasks. And now we see that all these tasks have been claimed by different people. They obviously claimed it faster because they had nothing else to do. This is something that you should remember in the future of your fortresses. Other rumors of DF Therapist returning. Well, fun fact, apparently DF Therapist does work with the Steam version, but it only works for a sheet to look at. So you can run it in the background and it will kind of work, but you cannot designate people to work on specific things through DFHack. But technically you can still have it, you can still run it, simply to check on their clothing, but you know, I didn't actually do that. Also, for the streaming thing, I would need to click out and change the window every time I want to show you DF Therapist, so whatever. That comes later at some point. Oh. You were supposed to slaughter those. Why did you not do that? Anyway, there are many things that you can do in DFHack, by the way. The new is this scroll down thing that actually shows you all the possibilities of scripts you can do, which is amazing, right? Some of them are, all right. The difference between the Alpha 1 and the Alpha 2 is actually we have a few different things here. For example, there is quick save right here. You can just click on quick save. You do actually have a shortcut, but they're not as easy, not as intuitive. It's like Control Alt S and then you quick save the game. Like, let me just, like that, you know. It's pretty cool if you're trying to save scum, or you have a forgotten beast and you kind of know, like, okay, haha, let's try you like 10 times. You can just quick save your word that way. Or if you're trying to close the game, you can just quick save the game, close the game instantly. It's perfectly fine. What else do we have? These are different launchers. They just kind of look different, but it's both the launcher just looking differently. Then we have QuickFort, and we will come to that because I think QuickFort now has become a very great addition to the entire game. Good of them to add quick save. Yeah, no, I mean, they had quick save before, but you had to type it into the launcher every time. And now you have like a entire hotkey for that, which they're practical. So what else do we have? We have full heal. I'm not even sure if anybody is... Does anybody have health problems? Let me check that first so you can actually see it. What happens? Come on, anybody in that military? No. Furnace operator. Geared cloaks, okay. Right. Instead, we can do something very cool, which let's open the console using the hotkey, which is Control-Shift-D. And then it's here. And then you can type in GUI, and then it is GM unit. And now this little window is God mode. You can now change everything about that person that you just clicked on. This is very practical because it does not need the keyboard cursor. I will show you how some things need a keyboard cursor. For example, if you're trying to make a source out of water or magma or whatever, you will need the keyboard cursor. But this one does not need a keyboard cursor. Let's just follow this person while we edit them. We can now edit almost everything about this person, right? So for example, we can check their personalities and see, oh wow, this person really is very envious. Like 88 points, 100 is max, 0 is nothing. So if we were to crank it up, this person would be even more envious. But 88 is already like very envious. Maybe we can actually see it in the Personality. Let's see. Oh, greedy streak, yeah. Strong feelings of jealousy. There we go. Strong feelings of jealousy. Okay. You sometimes have a dwarf and the dwarf is weird, or you want to change him, or you want to make a military captain that is just amazing at everything that he does. So now you go here and you just reduce this number. And you can click on it and you say 30, or you use the arrow keys to change it up, and it then increases the value. Now, it doesn't increase the value by a specific amount, it just increases it by one step. So for example, if I decrease it, it goes to 16, I increase it again, it's suddenly not at 26 as before, it's now at 33. So if you want to have a specific amount, you go enter, and then you can enter in a very specific number. If you just want to decrease it in general, then the arrow keys are fine. So we now go back with escape, and now we have to get here, and oh, look at that. She never envies others, their status, situation, or possessions. Very cool, right? So you can make your own dwarf. Did you ever figure out the instruments thing? The instruments thing? What do you mean? The instruments thing? How to make instruments? What else can we do? All right, we can also here, right? Unmet needs. Let's change some of those. Can open this, and then we go into belief. And then we can go, for example, this person really wants to be with family, and they do not have a family, which usually is kind of a problem if you want family and you don't have it. So you can go into beliefs, and you can just say, you don't actually like family that much. And it's like a Jedi mind trick, right? And we go back and it gets taken out of the unmet needs. Be aware that this does not actually fix anything in the game. They still be unhappy, but they stop getting negative thoughts from an unmet need that you can fulfill. Last stream I saw yours, your dwarves weren't playing their instruments. Well, apparently they were playing instruments. That has something to do with Fast Dwarf, where they played the instrument so fast that I just didn't see it, but they did actually play the instruments. So, good question. This is one of the downsides to Fast Dwarf, right? Like, Fast Dwarf, they make things faster, but the whole social interaction, this whole like need thing in Dwarf Fortress that you wanna see, them being friends and stuff, you don't actually get to see that because it just happens too fast. And even if you just saw it, there it popped in like recite poetry for like a second or two, right? They're so fast now. Yeah, speedrun music, so they just shred on the guitar. But yeah, for example, who are you and what is your problem? Ability to grasp somewhat impaired. This is perfect. This is perfect, okay? So apparently his right hand is gone, which can lead to problems if you're trying to grasp something. Yeah, I can totally see that. Now, can I please open it? Let's change that. You can go here. I'm gonna let the game continue. And we go to Wound Editor. And now he has all the scars, all the wounds are right here. And this, for example, only deletes scars. So you can't give him his hand back, but you can say delete all those scars. I usually like scars, so you know, if they're not too impaired by the scars, I think it's pretty cool to let them have it. And if we go back, oh, the gray text that talked about his scars is gone. This person just is missing his right hand, but has no scars. Very interesting. Now, to give him the hand back, you can close this thing, because this is somewhere else. We go again, we open the launcher, and we say full minus heal. Like this. Obviously, you will see some text, and it will say what it does. So you can do more things here, right? For example, you can do it over a unit ID if you know the ID. You can, well, you can apparently heal the unit raising from the dead. Now that is pretty cool. Is specified, don't remove their corpse. The unit can be targeted by selecting its corpse in the UI. Keep corpse. So you can totally raise people from the goddamn dead. Do realize, because in the pre-Steam version, you needed to actually have the unit ID and not click on the corpse. You also have a lot more options here. Heal all units on the map, heal all fortress citizens on the map, heal all units belonging to your parent civilization, including pets and visitors. So there's a few things that you can do with that, right? But let's just run it. We ran it, finished successfully, and now we go into health. No health problems. Description. Oh, the purple text is gone. He has his hand back. Isn't that great? So he now has his hand again, and he is not questioning that at all, as you can see. It's like it never disappeared. It's pretty practical. And this does work for, or, well, I mean, it would work for the adventure mode if we had it. We don't actually. But back in the day, you could also full heal things in the adventure mode, and then it would be, you know, you could just do whatever in adventure mode. Can you give dwarfs deadly dust? Kind of. Because with this editor, you can go into, I think counters it was. Let's make this thing a little bit larger. Yes, you can actually change the size of these windows, which I think the normal DF is like lacking. I would like my windows to be bigger. Anyway, you can change a few of these things. And while you cannot induce too many of the deadly dust syndromes, because that's ultimately random, you can pretend, right? For example, you can say he's winded, and then you say like, boom. Okay, I think that was not enough. It should. It should. Is that not enough? Do I have to do a minus? I keep forgetting. But it works for other things. For example, we can say stunned, and now he was stunned. If you saw it, I think we might have to increase the number a little bit so you can actually see it. So there, it actually says stunned. So now he's stunned, and you can do more things with that. Obviously, you don't want to increase the number too much, because, for example, if you say winded too much, or stunned, unconscious, suffocation, then he might goddamn die. So don't go overboard with it, but you can make people exhausted. This obviously is like a god mode edit, so it does work on everything. It does work on minotaurs, it works on goblins, it works on elves, it works on enemies on your map. It works on everybody. You can res, but you keep a corpse. Is this a secret dwarf multiplier? Res again. Well, I'm not sure if you can res somebody twice. It just means that you keep the corpse as an undead entity. So you can give them their room back and then put a pedestal in and put their corpse in. I don't know, like a weird Rick and Morty thing. Don't ask me. What also works is there a what also works, you can tell him to be sleepy. Now I don't want to do it on this person because we already stunned him. We don't want to be mean to the same dwarf over and over again. So let's take a new pick, right? Let's go with our, not the tavern keeper, good lord. Not DoorDash, no. This furnace operator, why not, right? So, again, here, you can also click the window and it just kind of stays here, but yeah, whatever. What I wanted to do, right. We can also make his profession different. So, for example, you're annoyed that some people still run around as furnace operators, even though you clearly told them to become a brewer or an animal trainer, and the game has not yet decided that they're different. Oh, but can you give them the breath weapon? Like a squad of... Oh, no, you cannot actually change the raws of the dwarfs. You would need to physically open the folder where your game is saved and change the very programming of the dwarfs. You can't add things that are not there, but you can change the values within each person, if you know what I mean. You cannot actually give them like dust breathing attacks or tails or wings or whatever. You would need to do that in the raws, but the raws give you possibilities. How weak, how strong can a dwarf be? And in this variable, you can change numbers. That's all you can really do, but there are so many variables. It's crazy. So for example, we can change skills. Hey. See? Those are all the skills in Dwarf Fortress, and I just clicked off them. So we can see he is a competent furnace operator. Furnace operation competent. And you actually see a number here. So for example, we can say he is now skilled, he is proficient, he is talented. Right? He is legendary +5. There you go. Legendary furnace operator. You can do that. You can also say the other way around. You can say, I'm taking away your skills. All of it. I don't want you to even know anything about this. This also goes for every skill there is in the game to learn. Even some that your dwarfs will not learn on their own. For example, nature, I think it was. That's like something druidic from the elves. We also have kicking, military, concentration, everything, okay? You can even come here and change their social skills. So for example, there is lying. We can make him a good liar, or we can say he is really good at negotiation. And I just click on the plus a few times, then he is talented at this one, right? Talented negotiator. We can even make him a very good swimmer, like that. Boom, done. Adept swimmer. So this is one of the possibilities. You can change somebody's skills. If they're drowning, for example, you make them a better swimmer, they're less likely to drown now. Yeah, no, the possibilities are very cool. They're very insane. And it goes further, because this person, health, description, His hair is extremely long. His somewhat short head is broad. His skin is pale chestnut, his eyes are heliotrope. You go here into body appearance and you say eyes, and I want them to be not as deep set, and I want them to be round, and I want large irises. And I go back and then I reload this thing. His protruding heliotrope eyes are slit. See? So you can even change how they look. You can't change anything about them. You can go, where's the hair? Here's the hair. You can go here and say, oh, that is very long, by the way. I want you to have shorter hair. Short hair, right? We go back, and he had a haircut. Now, it doesn't say how long his hair is because the game decides that it's not too important to actually write down. It's not very short, it's not very long, so you don't get any entry. But if you say like that, it should pop up again. His hair is extremely short. There we go. So you can change everything. You can also change the color of the hair or the eyes, for example. You go here and you say, I want you to have bronze eyes. And then we reload. His protruding bronze eyes are slit. Boom. Is it changing the sprite? That's a good question. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think the sprite would maybe change if we reload the game. That might change the sprite, but oh no, it did. It took a while. Look at him go. He now has short hair. So it does change the sprite. It does. It does. Yes. See, he has short hair now. We can also go here and say, eyelash, skin, head. Where is a beard? Body, eyes, lips. Yeah, you can change really everything. For example, you can say long teeth, right? He has long teeth. He has really long teeth for some goddamn reason. Is it gonna say it? It's not gonna say anything about the teeth, but okay. What else is there? All right, the attributes, the actual attributes of the dwarf. Now, this is gonna be a bit of a longer story. Because there are minimums and maximums to what a dwarf can be. And it's also all randomized. I don't remember what the ultimate and maximum for all dwarfs is, but don't beat me, but it might be like 4,000 and a few broken ones. So what you see here are two numbers, right? Let's look at disease resistance. There's one small number and then there is a higher number. The small number is the current number that can be changed by a few things in the world. For example, toughness or strength would go up in strength. In this case, the 1,789 would go up if you were to train in the game. So if you put him into the military, or you make him a pump operator that cranks the pump all the time, the 1,700 would start to go up. But the 3,562 would not. That is his maximum. And at some point he will reach the maximum. That is just the maximum amount of muscle mass this specific dwarf can have. No other dwarf has the exact same cap as him. They all have different numbers, even if they're just slightly different. So, what we can say, for example, we're gonna change the disease resistance, and we're gonna say here, and now we change the smaller number, the current number, not the max. So we're gonna say it's 1000 straight, right? So we reload, and now he is no longer very susceptible to disease. If we change the maximum number, let's say 9000, it's not gonna say anything because the game only knows that there is now a maximum number, but does not tell you what this maximum number is unless this person will ever get there, get to this number. Because if we now change this to 9000 and we reload it, quite durable and virtually never sick. There you go. So the front number is the actual current number. The other number is the ultimate maximum in the game. Also, I realized that somebody is trying to do a craft. So let's care about that for a moment. I don't want him to go berserk or anything. What do you need, boy? Okay, wait, you have bombs. Can you restart the cycle, please? Oh, you need a lot of stuff. I'm not sure what he is missing. I have bones. I have raw clear. Ah, he is missing threat. Okay. Here, this one. I hope it works. We have nope, do not. Then go and shear some animal, please. And then you make some threat out of that. Now this person should ultimately start running as soon as they have any threat available. No, wait, hang on. I think they were asking for planned. Cloth threat. Tree life. Bars metal. I'm not sure what you need, honey bear. I'm being very serious right now. I have leather. Oh, I need bag. No, I don't. Let's process some things. Also, labor, standing orders. So yeah, you can change many things. Even if you just look up the numbers of what your dwarfs can and can't do, it's still very helpful. Also, all the numbers are different. For example, now we're looking at a human, right? And I'm just gonna check on his attributes, and you will see that they're not that different, but they are definitely different. So a lot of his numbers are lower, and some of his maximum numbers are higher. Now the difference between human and dwarf is not that large. It would be very interesting to see the difference between, I don't know, a dwarf and a polar bear man, for example. Because then you see a completely different maximum amount of strength. Also, this person is like, wow, good lord. You suck at everything. I'm sorry to say it, but Jesus Christ. Okay, why are you not running? I have raw clear glass. Oh, that's crystal glass? Oh, that explains it. Hang on. Do I have sand? I think I do have sand. That is sand. Do I have peel ash? No. Let's make one peel ash real quick. And clear glass. Raw clear. But that is raw green, right? Yeah, okay. So now that he's sprinting, look at him go. So yeah, you can really see how fast he is because of Fast Dwarf. And now he already has everything that he needs, and now he will do the artifact. And he's already done with the artifact because he's literally that fast. Alpaca Bone Buckler. That is not too bad, actually. Also, are you people melting stuff? Or why do you keep filling things up here? Christ on a cross. We can just say melt. Melt metal object. Melt metal object. Like that. Let's just keep continuing. Thanks. Okay. What else can we change? Apparently we can change the sprite, which, okay, that I was not aware I can do that. But for example, we can even change this stupid baby. So we go here and we go here. And now let's check that this is actually the baby and not the parent. And we see disdains loyalty. And loyalty is at -21. That means we do actually have the baby, and you just have to click on somebody to change their status. So let's make this baby into like a super warrior, okay? It's a baby. It's not gonna do anything except for like, I don't know, drink water and cry. But let's make this baby into like a super warrior for now. What we want is we want good loyalty. We don't really want any family simply because, a warrior is away from family a lot. He also doesn't really value friendship because he's a warrior, okay? He doesn't really care about the law, I mean, he does, you know. Fairness, no. Decorum, tradition, artwork, cooperation, independence, stoicism, a little bit of stoicism, I guess. Self-control, no. Harmony, no. Merriment, no. Craftsmanship, no. Martial prowess, absolutely yes. Cares about martial prowess, cares about skill, no hard work. Leisure time, commerce. Nature, peace. Okay, now go back. Yeah, okay, now go into this. He loves, okay, but he hates fairly quickly. No envy. Envy is too negative, we don't want that. Cheer, full cheer. Depression, none of that. Anger, full of that. Actually, let's not hate anybody, but full anger, okay? Easy to anger. Anxiety, none of that. Lust, oh yeah. Stress. Now in this case, you want a low number. A high number will make him more vulnerable to stress. A low number will make him like impervious. So let's make a goddamn 0 into that, because why not? No greed. Violent, yes. Perseverance, wasteful, a bit lower. Politeness. You know what? He can be polite. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that, but he is very brave. He's also very confident. He's a little bit cruel. He's not vengeful. He is a perfectionist, and he is close-minded. He is not tolerant. He is not swayed by emotions. He is not an altruist. He is very dutiful. He is orderly. He does not trust. No imagination, activity level. I'm not sure what that actually does. I think they're more likely to do jobs instead of socialization, but abstract inclined, no sir. Art inclined, no sir. Excitement seeking, no, absolutely not. Now we go here and we give him spatial sense. Now we added the maximum maximum amount instead of the actual real number, because that is way more important than editing the current number. This makes training way more effective. Social awareness. You know what? I'm just gonna... That's terrible social awareness. Let's put that up to like 1,700. There you go. Strength. Ooh. See, this person actually has a fairly high cap on strength. Very cool. 4,306. That's great. But we're gonna slap that bad boy up to 9,000. We're gonna slap the agility up to 9,000. Also, I realized that I probably should not have taken a baby, because you're not gonna see the actual changes until this baby is grown up, an adult, and in my military. But then they will become a super berserker, because there's so much free space for these numbers to actually grow into the sky. Now all the rest doesn't really matter, but hey. Also, this baby has no wounds, who would have thought? Profession, counter, civilization, skill. Oh, you can learn the rest, right? Now, let's check on this person. Oh, wow. Let's read this. He is impervious to the effects of stress. He is completely unmoved by art or the beauty of nature. He is in a constant state of internal rage. He never envies others, their status, situations, or possessions. He never feels hatreds toward anyone or anything. He does everything in his power to avoid excitement and stress. He often feels filled with joy. He never feels discouraged. He has an incredibly calm demeanor. He has a strong sense of duty. He only rarely feels strong cravings or urges. He is grounded in reality. He dislikes helping others. He would never pass up a chance for a good fistfight. He does not generally respond to emotional appeals. He is prone to strong feelings of lust. He dislikes abstract discussions and would much rather focus on practical examples. He does not trust others. He is incredibly brave in the face of looming danger. Now, you know, the thing here is that if this person grows up and gets a lot of stress and stuff, then they will start random fights in the tavern, which you don't want to have. But if you give them the possibility to just fight in the military and to spar and stuff, then this person will probably be the best fighter that you've ever had in your fortress. Conflicting attitudes. Yeah, no, he does. You can just do that. It's perfectly fine. And some of these conflicting attitudes are perfectly fine. Like, he is in a state of an internal rage, but he doesn't really hate anybody, right? He just hates himself. Hating others leads to negative emotions towards others and makes it harder to find social relationship to others. While internal rage just means that if he is in a fight, he becomes enraged, and then he is a berserker, right? He strikes more often, he dodges less, and he does more damage. It's pretty cool. Well, I mean, he does more damage is a weird way of phrasing it, I guess. But yeah. Because your soldiers can become enraged, or they fall into a martial trance and stuff like that, and all these beliefs and their personality actually change that. So I once had a soldier that I put into a lone squad and gave him an axe because he kept falling into berserk trances where he just cut down everything in his path. And he was a complete monster, like a really mean-spirited person, just a nuisance to be around. But he was an amazing warrior. And this person will probably grow up to be exactly that. So you see what you can all change about this. But even better than changing your dwarfs is the simple fact that you can change visitors as well. So check that out. So we now have a scholar. This person. This person is not from our fortress, as you can see, right? But that doesn't matter to DFHack because you can still change this person. I'm gonna follow them. And we can say, for example, they are now from our civilization. We can just kind of take them over. They become an immediate citizen to our fortress. But let's not do that right now. Let's change something else. For example, let's check their beliefs. They don't really like knowledge that much, yet they are a scholar. That is very interesting. But we can crank it up to like the full 50. This person really loves knowledge, right? Hang on. Does this person have... Oh yeah. This person has a lot of people living in the fortress that they are blood related to. That's very interesting. Because I just saw she was accepting, remembering being forced to endure the decay of a sibling, and mulling over the reoccurring memory allowed her to rethink her intellectual values and change her personal tendencies. Very cool, very nice. Somebody of her family died, so we can actually change the memories, to my knowledge. But we can make the personality in such a way, we can mold it in such a way that this person will be less influenced by their memories. For example, we can simply go, this is the simplest way of like changing their personality to such a degree that they will never be unhappy again. You just go into stress vulnerability and you crank it down. That's all you have to do. And this person will never be stressed. Anything below 10 is basically impervious to stress and they do not care. Like that. Boom. And now they're fine. Well, not right now, but ultimately the math that keeps on piling on, right? Like the minuses, the good modifiers, the bad modifiers that they keep piling on while they go around their daily work. This person will now become happy, eternally so. But let's put them into our civilization because you can't actually do that. You can select it from a list, but we already know what kind of civilization we want them into, and we can, for example, set them even as an enemy. So if you want to make sure that somebody is being killed, or if somebody is being attacked, or you, whatever, you can set them as an enemy. It actually doesn't really matter what -1 is. It is almost always an enemy civilization, and they instantly attack anything in their sight that belongs to yours. But we can set it to C. Oh, they are. I'm stupid. Do you just live somewhere else? Well, okay, that backfired a little bit. Do we have another visitor that actually does not belong? Okay, this might crash the game though. But let's check something. Okay, this is a worker and woman spearman. This is one of the underground civilizations. Okay, you know what? Before we do that, let me just actually quick save. Because I'm fairly certain this will crash the goddamn game. We go here, and we say unit. And we say civ, and Huh? They are not in our sieve. And we now can put them into our sieve. And now let's see. That didn't really do anything, did it? Well, I mean, the game didn't crash, so that's a win already. I'm not sure if I can actually change them from being an enemy, to be honest. I know that I can fickle around with the untamed animals and tame them and make them part of my civilization. That worked, but it's always very wonky to do it. And this might fail simply because this person is already attacking us. That's somewhat sad. But talking about it's back here, right? Yeah. So we do have the possibility of taming animals. This works differently than setting them to your civilization, simply because... Oh, the pigs are in the tree. That's interesting. Simply because these are not counted as citizens, they are counted as animals, so we can say tame and... All right. We can even say what kind of tamed they should be. We can say trained. No, why not? There we go. You set it to 1. This person is this person. This thing is now tamed. Semi-wild. There we go. Isn't that great? Instantly forgot the training. That's great. Now we actually have to get the stupid pig out of the tree. So let me just... But we can totally do it again with this boar. Let me just put like a 6 in so you see the difference. Now this pig, not person, is masterfully trained. Boom. Simple as. Now we can say it's already moving back in our fortress because it now lives with us, right? But we can say click here, and now people should bring the boar here. Now it lives with us. There it is. Isn't that great? The boar now is our boar. You don't really have to do anything about that. So if you ever see like a cool animal and you want to train it, you can do it. And sure, there's the way of like doing cage traps and training it and whatnot. But if that doesn't work, or if you can't do it for some reason, then taming something this way is very possible. Also, I clicked on the wrong thing. And we can now say any trainer. So they continue to be trained, and the semi-wild boar is not gonna become wild again. What else? Ooh, the woodworker is fighting the boars. Why would you do that? Okay, weird. Oh, I remember you saying you picked military people because of their personalities. Guess this is an amazing shortcut to what you want. Well, you don't end up picking people because of their personalities. You just pick whomever and mold their personalities, which, yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of cheaty, but it works. It works. And if you want to have like a legendary dwarf, like a really big legend, like a legend with a sword that just kills 200 hydras, of course you can wait until the game gives you the possibility. But aren't you the god of this world? Can you not just do it on your own? You can. And for example, giving them higher maximum numbers doesn't really do too much. They still have to train to achieve the maximum number. It's just that they don't stop at like a human point, not a dwarven point. They just become like superhuman, super dwarf. What else did I want to show you actually? Oh, this person again. Right, we can dabble a bit about blueprints. I'm gonna do more soon-ish, but it's so simple. I'm just gonna show it real quick after this diplomacy tab. Yeah, okay. So blueprints are a very simple idea of like, I don't want to do like this to make more rooms. That's annoying, right? That's annoying. It takes forever. Then I misclick and I'm like, ugh, X and then here and blah. Right? No. All gone. You have something way cooler. You go here, click forge, and then I already did this. So this is already a done blueprint, but how to do them, I will do in a later stream, wink wink. Now I can turn it around if it lets me. Why do you not let me? There we go. So, and this you can put here and boom. That's great, right? But you know what's even better? It's the simple fact that you can do it more often. For example, I want these rooms 5 times 2, so these are 10 rooms, and I want 10 rooms on the other side, so I can make them overlapping like this, and boom. Of course, you can now actually sit down and make something that is more elaborate than my simple corridors that I made here, and you can make it look like a flower or really, really beautiful, because now you have to do it only once. Okay? These blueprints are not saved by world or by fort, but they're saved in your general DF folder. So once you make one blueprint, you have them forever. And they're so easy to make. So for example, I can sit here for like, I don't know, 2 hours and make a very elaborate, beautiful, flowery design of bedrooms on several positions and blah, 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 right? And then I just copy it once, have a blueprint forever. And the best part about the blueprints is not that you can just dig, but you can also build. So if we lay it over, you can see this blueprint reminded the game that, oh, you have to build doors here. So if these rooms were empty, we could slap it in, and then they would automatically put all the doors, all the cabinets, all the beds in that you want. This even goes for engraving, this goes for everything. You can even construct things. So for example, if you want a wooden floor like I put here, you can totally just tell the game, yes, do that too. Please remember my constructions as well. And then the next time I do the flooring, the rooms like this, it will have remembered that you want also flooring. Alpaca bone cabinet, that's actually pretty nice. I like furniture. So, now the question is it stable? No. DFHack currently is not stable, and your game will continuously crash for some reason. And especially the Alpha 1 that we now currently do not have anymore was a little bit finicky. And some of these things would actually tell you like, hey, you want to actually use this script? It might crash your game. It might even corrupt your save. So if you decide to install DFHack, please make a copy of your saves, because they might be gone if you accidentally fuck around too hard with the scripts. So that is very simple, because you literally just have to copy a folder and just put it somewhere safe. That's all you have to do. There are many things that make life easy, especially for new starters or people that want to have a fortress with their hands off. For example, you can say auto chop, which means this thing will now continuously chop trees that it auto designates for you as soon as your stockpiles in wood get low. It's pretty good. For a while I actually tried it out. It's good. It's really good. It designates all the trees that you want to do on the surface. It can even do just the trees in a specific area or trees in the caverns. So you can say, for example, you can designate an area, a burrow, and you want the game to filter out all the trees that do not produce food. So you basically have an orchard. And this game, this script, makes it able so you can do that. And it's, I mean, you basically just make a burrow on the place where you want to have it, and then you slap it on, and it says you here what you have to do. You have to put in auto chop, clear cut, picnic area, which in this case is the burrow. You can name it whatever you want, right? And then protect, brewable, edible, cookable, picnic area. Boom, chakalaka. And this is already a burrow, and it auto orchards all the trees in the burrow. So, for example, if a new apple tree will grow, it will continue to grow. But if you have a willow that is trying to be in your orchard, that is trying to grow in your orchard, the game will know that and it will auto chop it. Where are you going? Where are you going, Boris? Beautiful. Don't spook my animals. I love that an elephant, a goddamn war elephant, just got spooked by boars. Isn't that great? Now let's kill these boars. There we go. Ooh, something that we can also check. Did they put that in? They did. Oh, that's great. So there is an even better thing in the game that reduces the amount of years on a dwarf. As simple as, right? So you have, let's say you have a military dwarf. And he's really good. He's really good, but he's pretty old. Okay, this person is currently my oldest military dwarf right here. Okay, whatever. 96. If they are like 120 and you're like, I want to keep you for a longer time, then you can say rejuvenate. Like here. And then whee. Now he's only 20 years old again. So you just gave him a new life. Which sometimes can be very weird. Okay, this person does not have children, but it can be very weird if you do it on the wrong person and they end up being younger than their own children, which kind of wonky, but it works. The game just ignores that. But for example, right? If no, you also do not have children. No, I just clicked on you. For example, this person is 39 years old, and if you accidentally rejuvenate them, and this person is 37, and suddenly their younger brother is their older brother. It's much weirder with actual children, but you get my point. Yeah, auto dumping is also very cool because I accidentally dumped a lot of stuff into my river. You know, shoot, I don't actually want these things in my river. Now I can say dump designation, right? I dump designate everything. Let's also do the logs so you can see it more clearly. I think that auto dump is one of those things that will need a keyboard cursor. But let's try it out. No, actually, it definitely does. So you go into, I think it was game, and then you go to keyboard cursor enabled, yes. Now you don't have a keyboard cursor, as you still see. But if you click, for example, X, you now have a keyboard cursor. If you scroll around with W, A, S, D, it will be somewhat clunky, but moving this with the arrow keys makes you able to click on everything every single time that you want. So let's place it here. You say auto dump and you say, then there are several options what you can say. You can say destroy, which just completely destroys all the items on there. You can also say hidden, so it only processes the hidden items. I have them forbidden, so I only want forbidden items to be auto-dumped to this tile that I'm looking on right now. And now it instantly transferred all the things in the river. All right. Also, there's a weird thing about, wait, does it work? Yeah. So it transferred almost all the things in the river from here, from this very tile to this very tile. But it did not touch these logs because these logs were only designated to be dumped and not forbidden as well. The beginner guide. Well, this is part of a beginner guide, I guess. But more to that later. So now we have all the items that were before stuck in the river. Now they're still forbidden, and the dump designation is gone from them. It has been removed because I used that script. Now I can go here and say unlock, so it's not forbidden anymore. And now people will come here and clean it up. Wow. Problem is, I don't actually want any of this, so I'm just gonna redump them. And now these people will instead, hopefully, go here and throw it correctly into my dumping stockpile. And it gets longer, as you can see. The list is moving as we're looking on it. It's pretty practical. Also these, so next thing, you know, that has to do with dumping as well. The next thing that you can see is that there's some tattered clothing on the floor, and you do not want that. Let's check if these people also have tattered clothing on. Yes, they do have old shoes on. Well, the small X defines that it is somewhat worn, but not fully worn. Okay, it's not like a, it's not bare thread shoes. But it is worn. Do we actually find somebody with a little bit bigger wear, so it shows better. Okay, no, but most of their shoes are worn, right? Most of their shoes are worn. I also believe that if you make them fast with fast dwarf, their shoes are faster worn because they run more. I'm not sure about that, but I'd like to believe that's true. Anyway, okay, most of their stuff is worn. And there are some very worn items in our stockpile. So you want to get rid of all of them. But you don't want to actually click on every single item and just say dump, 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 because that's annoying, takes forever. No, that's what we have this for. And you say, no, you say clean owned, and then you define the, what should be thrown away. In this case, we want to confiscate and dump all the items that have a lightly worn X in front of them. So we just say small X. We can also put like a large X, and they only dump things that are very worn, but let's go with this small X. And now it instantly found 22,000 items, which is a lot. It instantly designated all these things to be dumped. See? There, the symbol is now designated to be dumped. So now we can follow this person that will probably go very quickly and dump his shoes into the trash, hopefully, at least. I mean, these people are definitely going. Dump item. Let's follow this peasant. So this peasant is gonna throw all the stuff away. He's gonna now take everything that is laying on the floor and that has an X on it. Yeah. It also helps that he's very fast, so he's like moving like a goddamn thunderstorm. It's crazy how fast he is. But they have to go for each individual sock. So you should do this more often, because if you wait too long for this to happen, then you ultimately have like 15,000 items to be dumped, and it will just take forever, especially if your dwarfs are not fast, then it just, you know. And again, if we look at our taskbar, you now really see it's longer than before. Dump item, all these dump items. So that's pretty practical. Technically, we could also combine those two things, right? We can designate all those X items to be dumped, all those items with where to be dumped, and then instantly push an auto dump behind that. So your dwarfs don't actually have work. It would look exactly like this. Now there are still items to be dumped. And we say auto dump visible. And now it dumped 252 items instantly. Now it could not move a few of these items because they were currently being hauled, and it cannot take something out of the hands of a dwarf. So we will see a few more dwarfs actually throw things away, simply because they were still hauling it, or at least attempting to. But if we look at our stockpile here, of all the things that we threw away, that is very long. That is all the things that were just dumped by that script. Also, by the way, because right now I auto-dumped all visible items, so it had nothing to do with the forbidden thing. So now the trees, the logs in our river are gone. It's a pretty good way of actually cleaning out your river. Like, for example, if you have some logs in the water and you want to get rid of them, you can designate them to be dumped. And because your dwarfs cannot and will not reach them, you can use auto dump to get them out of the river. Forgotten Beast silk dress. So, for example, this item was about to be hauled by somebody, so they stopped doing that. You can just do this. And now they're making new stuff to wear. I hope so, at least. Yeah. To fill the need for our dwarves to be closed. There is a new thing that is called Clothier, I think it was called. Auto clothing. Automatically manage clothing work orders. So you don't even have to care about that anymore. You can just tell your own PC to do it. That's pretty good. This command allows you to set how many of each clothing type every citizen should have. So auto clothing cloth short skirt 10 sets the desired number of cloth shirt skirts available per citizen to 10. Obviously that 10 is a little bit too high because who needs 10 skirts? At least in the game, not in real life. You should probably have more than 10 jeans or pants or whatever. Displays the currently set number of cloth dresses chosen per citizen. Actually, let me check that. Oops, I was already there. Oh, right, because I have not set it. Auto clothing report displays a report of your clothing situation. Does that work already before I set it? No, it crashed my game. So, yeah. Sometimes that happens. And that's why the quick save feature is also in there. You know, because you fuck around too much, the game leaves you. Nope, that is the wrong thing, I think. Wait. Oh. No, it's not. Well, you know, that just shows that you should probably quick save more often, especially the more scripts you do, the more quick saving should be done. So, yeah, this person is still doing the crafting. But at least we now know what the problem was. Yeah, and everything reset when you start the game. So Fast Dwarf, for example, is not active anymore. Now to something that I personally really enjoy, especially for layout planning. And, you know, it's up to everybody if you actually want to use many of these features, but I feel like that one is really nice for planning your fortress like this. For example, you really want to put your tavern into a cave wall and have a nice well in the tavern that directly goes into a pool of water without actually disturbing the outside wall. You can do that, and you know, it fits very snugly in here, and that is not by accident. That is by a code, basically, right? I fit this very snugly in here because now this gets a little bit weird. This gets a little bit tricky, but what you have to do also is Is it crafting? You did make... Oh, that's crystal glass again. Clear glass. Because this is a script called reveal, you reveal the map. Because currently this place here is like all black. You don't actually know what kind of stone is here, or if there was a cavern. Well, I explored most of my caverns, so we know that there isn't, but technically you don't know what is here. And with the script reveal, you see all the things. Now there are several things that you have to keep in mind. First of all, always keep your game paused while you use reveal, because otherwise it gets weird. Your dwarfs will also see everything and be spooked, and there is something way more important. All the levels that you reveal, things can spawn on if there is a free spot. And if you reveal the hell, then clowns like demons will start to spawn and they will chug your FPS, which is not something that you want. Anyway, the next thing is you have to go into the settings and actually go back to ASCII mode. I'm not sure why that is, but the graphics mode in Steam does not support reveal yet. It probably will at some point, but currently we have to look at the beautiful graphics of the ASCII mode. Isn't that nice? Ah, that brings back memories. So what you then do is go here and you just say reveal. And I wrote that wrong. Reveal. Boom. And now it is revealed. Everything, every stone, every layer of the entire map is now revealed. And that way, for example, if you find a very nice rock spire like this and you're like, I want to make a rock spire fort, then you can find this rock spire, channel to it, go to it, make stairs to it, and then you can put your fortress in like a rock spire, or like really close to a cavern wall, and just enjoy your life. And you can see everything. You can see the clusters of bauxite, you can see the ore, you can see gems, you see everything. Even if you go into the screen where other animals are, you can see animals that you shouldn't be able to see. For example, this cave ogre. There are no cave ogres in the first cavern layer, but if we go down, then we have some cave ogres, right? They're down here in the other cavern layer below us. We have not really done anything with that cavern layer. I just found it at some point and wanted to ignore it. You can go down. This is the third cavern layer. It looks very nice. And now you see this, right? This is all revealed. This is unrevealed. Why is this unrevealed? Simple. Now this is a little bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to spoil yourself, you should probably come back in a few minutes again. So first thing is you go, oh my god, I can't write. You say unreveal to hide the entire map. Oh my god, I can't write. So you say reveal, but now something way better. You say hell. And now you reveal all hell tiles as well, including adamantine. Be aware that for this action, it is very necessary to have your game paused, because otherwise demons will start to spawn at that moment. And that's not great, because they spawn a lot and that clogs your goddamn engine. So what you now see is you see a spire, and there's some water here, cavern floors, right? Clusters, and there it is. There is adamantine. there is a little bit of adamantine. You have some clusters here, some magma there, and there is hell. And we already have a few demons. They're normal. They spawn normal here. But if we were to unpause the game, we would have more than just 4 demons. We would have 30, 100, 150. So yeah, we can now even see hell, and that's great. But we don't really want to see it. But if you want to find out, hey, do I have adamantine? Where's the adamantine? You know, you want to dig for it, you don't want to dig for it. This is a perfect way of revealing your map and seeing everything in it. You just say unreveal again and your map is hidden, and it works. It also works for like saying you want to re-reveal some parts of the area, or you found a cavern, like you punched into the caverns and you want to reveal just the caverns. You can say reveal rev flood. It says it here, right? Hide everything, then reveal tiles with a path to the cursor. This allows repairing maps that you accidentally saved while they were revealed. So, you know, if you pause it while revealed, that also breaks the game a little. So don't use reveal too often, I guess. And if we go back, it looks like normal. And the dwarves do not know that anything has happened. There are many cool things as well. For example, auto butcher. When you don't want to deal with butchering animals, then you can say that as well. You can just tell the game to auto butcher. That works for obviously getting wood as well. There is locate ore. There is even list agreements. This is very nice, very handy. If you forgot, what kind of agreement did I just agree to? What guild should I have been doing? What temple should I be preparing here? And you can list all the agreements. You can even go and say like all, and it lists all the agreements for all guild halls. And you can see I denied most of the farmer guild hall, and at some point I just satisfied it. But if you have more of these, it will list more. We also have cool things like migrants now. This one will, oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Migrants now. This will just spawn in migrants if you're eligible to get migrants. Alpaca bone buckler. Yeah, we had that before. It will trigger a migrant wave. So if naturally no more migrants will arrive in your fortress, if you either are up to your pop cap or you live in an island and you don't get any more migrant waves, then you will not get any. But if you want to rush the start of your game, for example, you start with 7, or you're like, I want to start with 25 or more, then you can say, yep, let's get me some migrants. You get more migrants and you start with a bigger fortress. What else is there? Oh, there are so many things. Oh god. Right. For example, the whole thing about vampires. Is start dwarf still an option? I'm not sure if it is. No, it is not. Because not all options are in yet. They're still being worked on. For example, the whole cursor business is still a little bit wonky. For some, you just have to click. For some, you need the keyboard cursor. And for me, the keyboard cursor also does very weird things, where if I have it active, I go up and down 2 levels instead of just 1. But, it's an alpha. So if you actually write the DFHack people that you want it back, they will listen, because everybody was like, please give us autodump back. And that's exactly what we got. We have autodump back. What's this? Yeah, yes, Scholar. What else do we have? Teleport only works for the adventure mode, I think. I'm not sure if it works in a fort mode, but you can teleport things over the map, including yourself. We have exterminate. So, for example, if you have many cavern dwellers, like 300, I've seen people that had 300 plus cavern dwellers for some reason. They had walled off the caverns and they didn't actually want to engage with that, but they kept spawning. And then they had so many that it lagged the game. And you can exterminate, can show you how many things you have without actually killing them. For example, if you just say exterminate and you don't click on anything, right? Then it will show you the amounts of things on your map right now, including those that are hidden, by the way. It will show me demons because I fucked around with the reveal. If you don't do that, then no demons will spawn, and you probably do not see any demons in this list. But this, for example, shows me that there are currently 11 wild boars on my map. And if I were now to type in exterminate wild boar, then it would kill all wild boars on the map. Can be pretty nice, can be very helpful. You can also, I mean, you could at least, let me check. Here, you used to be able, actually I don't want to kill the pawn grabber, I like them, I know. Sorry, oh, you're in the tree again, god damn it. So you were able to just kill a specific thing. Not anymore? Oh, right, you have to do this. Then it will kill the thing at the cursor. So you can click on something and basically smite it from above. So now there is a wild boar corpse. I'm actually very sorry, boar, but you kind of, you know. My dwarfs will remember your name when they beat you. Let's do clean owned again because my game crashed. So, but we do it slightly differently now. We say clean owned. It designated 21,000 items, which is insane. It shows that I've been lacking. And now we just go here. We say X for keyboard cursor. And we put it right here into the dumping stockpile. And we say auto dump visible. Now these items could not be moved because they're probably on people. But that's okay. So all these items have been dumped. And this is still in the river. So let me just alleviate that problem by dumping that as well. Auto dump for hidden. Now, oops, there's nothing in the river anymore. Isn't that nice? And this stockpile is so full of old clothing. No, what else do we have? What else can I show that is very important? That is a lot of the very, very cheaty things. you know, that change the game world a lot, or give you the ability to change many things. Oh, no, I forgot. There is also this. No, this is plugins. Hang on, there was something else. I wanted to show you how to make a source. With the source script, you can make things like this. A very clean looking magma forge. Now, how did I get magma in? It is very simple. I put magma in with a simple script. I'm unsure if I can dump magma in here or if that's gonna burn my entire fortress. Nah, I should probably not do it. That's crazy. That could burn my whole fortress. Let's just do water for now, right? So for that, you also need the cursor. You place the cursor here. You open the console. You say source add water 4. And now there is water right there. And you say source clear, and the source, the water spout, has been cleared from your game. So it will no longer spawn water. If you say how the number increases from 1 to 7, if you say add water 7, it will spawn more water. If you say 1, it will only spawn a tiny amount of water. And then it will slowly fill up the surrounding area depending on how much water there is. If you say source add water 0, then that will be a tile that cleans and sucks away all water that comes onto it. So if you put, for example, a source water 0 into this place, it will slowly suck away all the water in this pond, because this pond is actually not connected to the outside. So yeah, that is also something that works. So if you ever want to get rid of water, or you want to have water somewhere, then you can use the source thing. Oh yeah, remove stress is good, but I mean, do I have to explain it? No, not really. It just removes stress. You can say remove stress all, and then it removes all the stress from all the dwarfs. It does not remove the reason why they're stressed, so be aware of that. It's just a bridge, so to say, to like ignore it for a while. So if they're very sad because their spouse died and is now decaying in their bedroom, then that stress will remain, like the reason to be stressed will remain until you clean it up and alleviate the actual problem. But they get set to super happy. So this is basically like giving your dwarfs, I don't know, crack or something. There is something called family affairs, which I think was one of the more fun tools if you know how to use it right. Okay. So family affairs is still a little bit wonky, and it warns me. It may not work as expected, or it may corrupt your game. So if you really want to go through with it, you can run the same command again. I will not do it because, you know, I want to show you more things. What else do we have? Oh, we have so many things. Oh, something very easy. Regrass. It just refills all the grass tiles that have been dug by your animals. Boom, there's grass again. Simple as. Might be interesting if you have like large grazers, like several elephants, and they eat all the grass, and you're trying to keep them in a very small room. Then you can regrow the grass by script. A lot of these other scripts are very pointed at things. For example, you can remove somebody's things that they're wearing. Oh, no, even better. It removes the wear from items in your fort. Interesting. You can make somebody, like, terrible, right? Increase the intensity of negative dwarven thoughts. When enabled, negative thoughts that your dwarves have will multiply by the specified factor. So you can make your dwarves miserable. Absolutely miserable. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but I guess if you want to have like a vampire in your fortress for some reason, then you can make one like terrible, and they hate being alive, and then they at some point go into a temple and topple a statue, and so hopefully get cursed by the god to be a vampire or something. But I mean, there are better ways, I guess. So a lot of these things are very pointed, but they make the game, the way that you play Dwarf Fortress, possibly a lot easier. The whole thing about like dumping and designating and telling all your dwarves, please throw away all the old clothing. Just that simple step for me is already enough to install it. Because waiting until it like falls off their body and they are forced to take up a new, I don't know, dress or new trousers, that often just takes too long. And I rather want them to get rid of the old clothing instead of cramming it into their cabinets and like huffing over it like a dragon. No, just get rid of the old clothing. I can give you a better one. Just yeet. So that's already enough for me to just install it. I use some of these other things, but just clean owned is good enough for me, and auto dump good enough for me. What else? Yeah, there are also cool things like Seed Watch, which manages seed and plant cooking based on seed stock levels. So if you have a lot of seeds of a specified plant in your stocks, then it will enable cooking again. And if it goes too low, it disables it again. Simple as. It's pretty interesting. And with all these plugins, you at some point will be able to simply put the game up and just let it run, and you don't have to touch it for the next, 12 hours. And everything in the game is fine, to the point where they even chop new wood and everything. So, yeah. Also, very cool, we don't have a mood going on, but show mood actually tells you what you want to know about the current mood. So if you put that in, it will show you who currently is in a mood, what workshop they want, and what specific items that they desire. So if you're a little bit confused about why they're sketching images of cloth or sketching like images of fire, then you can always use show mood, and it will definitely say the concrete correct items that they desire to finish the task. What does that emote symbolize? Well, Swolfie, tell him. It's like laughing. Oh, petitions. Hey, what's up? Kawi Fight Creeks. Wait, aren't you that weird human dancer that keeps coming back? Yeah. Leave, please. I have a lot of people that keep coming back. They're super weird, these weird humans. Hey, where's my music? There we go. I'm not sure if they put it back. I don't think they did. No. 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 Back in the day, we actually used to be able to do some things. Well, I mean, I guess it works now. You don't actually have to do it. Because back in the day, we did not actually have the ability to just say cut all gems, because this is very unspecified what kind of gem. Back in the day, it would just give us the ability to say specific type of gems, which was a goddamn pain, because if you had 10 different types of gems, you would have to have 10 different tasks, each for every single type of gem that you had. That was annoying. So DFHack actually enabled us to click on here, make a task, like cut heliotrope, and then it gave us the option of saying whatever cuttable material. They completely fixed that. This is way better. Now you can just say cut gem, and you click on this little thing, and they do it forever, and it's so nice, and I love that. Job item misplaced. What? Somebody vomited in my tavern. I cleaned the vomit. Simple as. Clean all is good, because it simply does what you think it does. It cleans things of everything. You can say clean all, and it even includes things like blood splatter on your dwarves, or on like your weapons of your military, for example. You can go as far as to say there's also mud, and it removes all the mud on the entire map. Be careful with that though. You can see item, so it removes fallen leaves and flowers. Yes, that exists in the game as well. We say item, and now check on these things, for example, right? Did you do it? Do you not like me? There we go. Okay. Now it removed all the leaves and fallen things from the trees around us. Okay, we don't really have snow, so I can't show you that. But if you have snow on your map and you want to clean the snow, you can say exactly that. Please clean all the snow on my map. And perfect, somebody has been possessed. I've been dying to show you the show mood. So we can now go show mood, and we can say everything. So Udym has been possessed and has an intent to claim the Crafts Dwarf workshop. Okay, we have a few of them. And to become a legendary bone carver, which I don't support, but whatever. He needs 3 bones, 1 cut gem, 1 log, 1 rock block, 1 log, 1 metal bar, 1 leather, and again 1 log. And I think we basically have all of that. So let's see this person. Let's just follow them and see. Yeah, Crafts Dwarf Workshop. And now they're going to get the bones, which are currently still stored here. Stray alpaca bone, so they're walking back. Also, neat trick. If you don't actually have too many things for your moody dwarfs, right? You're missing 1 or 2 things. Every time they go out and get an item, their countdown to become insane gets reset. So you can hold out your dwarves for a very, very long time to not become insane, but always just giving them one item and waiting until, for example, the caravan comes and you can trade for the last few remaining items that you actually need and can't make on your own. Just a little side note here. Now they need leather, and I think then it's only one more log. Alpaca leather. Tower cab logs. Yep. Now they're done. Now they're crafting. And we will come back to them as soon as they are finished. But since our dwarfs are now at super speed, this might take a hot moment. Also, by the way, talking about the whole musical instrument thing that I had going last stream, yes, they are doing it now. I put more musical instruments into the tavern, and now more of them are actually doing music. They're still not doing too much, and I have not seen a single dance, but at least they're playing music, right? So it's a step into the right direction, I guess. Even though sometimes they seem to group up in interesting patterns, but I never see them do any dances. One day, right? One day. Alpaca bone cabinet. Great, thanks. I actually like furniture. Wait, I already said that. This is like insane. BF cabinet. I can. Oh god. Okay, hang on. I have to get rid of the keyboard cursor. That thing annoys me. It's a little bit buggy. You live up here. BF cabinet. The good one. There we go. They can use their own cabinet, it's fine. Okay, let me just designate all this to be melted down. And say melt. Melt metal object. Yes, just continue doing that, please. Because I have insane amounts of metals. You stupid ant-man. He came with a lot of metal things that I now have to smelt down. It's so annoying. I mean, look at the stupendous amount of metals that I have right now. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I have 166 bronze bars. I have 211 steel bars. I have 104 pig iron bars. I have almost 80 platinum bars. I have 80 copper, 17 silver, 216 gold, 214 iron. Like, huh? What do I even do with this? Alright, I made bismuth bronze tables. I have to embellish them still. Well, hang on. I'm gonna smelt some of these down because they're not good quality. That is good quality, that is terrible quality. That is good, that is good. No, actually I'm smelting that as well. Plus is good enough. That is not good enough, that is not good enough, that is not. We have standards, okay? We have standards. Right. I also heard that a lot of people keep seeing that the dwarves are overworked and or do not do anything, seemingly. And I feel like they have some misconceptions about what is actually happening in the game, or how do you play the game. This is not RimWorld, and you are not going to play the game like RimWorld, where your dudes in RimWorld do nothing, and you have to bring them to do anything. You're telling like, oh yeah, fix this, do that, and they do the bare necessities. Now here, your dwarfs actually have a personality, and you're not telling them, like, do this right now. You're just telling them, you can do this right now. But their personal priority might not be that thing that you want to be done at that very moment. So you tell them, melt 200 metal objects now, please. But you know, people are doing it, as you can see, but nobody is in here right now. It takes a while. And good to see is always the task thing. It's so clean and orderly, and everybody should check it out, because this is the solution to all your problems in the new Steam version of Dwarf Fortress. You can check here and see how many tasks are currently there. And if your task bar, if your task thing is too long, then that means your dwarfs are so overworked they don't find any time to do the things that you want them to. So just chill out, relax, do a few things. Imagine that Dwarf Fortress is closer to Clash of Clans in the way that you should play it, to be honest, than RimWorld. I'm serious. You open it every 30 minutes, and then you change one thing, and then you go. Because these dwarfs take forever. And that's a really good way of keeping them happy. Because, I mean, okay, my dwarfs are not that happy, but keeping your dwarfs happy has become very simple by just doing nothing. Yeah, designate and wait, exactly. And in Clash of Clans, it's the same. You're like, oh yeah, I want to upgrade my, my wall. No, wait, hang on, that is one of the instances. Like my mortar. And it takes like 4 days. And then you can come back, and then you can do something else. But, yeah. So just chill out a little bit. And craft halls are the solution to most of the problems. And I did actually not do that. This is one of the reasons why it's looking like this, and some people are orange. But military capital, what's up with you? For example, this person needs to be with family and doesn't actually have too much family. They have some aunts here, but they don't have immediate family. What else? Acquire object, craft object. What also helps is making dedicated temples and like really, really going down that road. Hey there. Hey, Jacob. Good to see you here. And like making temples, right? And like really outfitting them with everything, and it just kind of, I was like, whatever. This is barely a temple. It's barely a temple. And if you want, for example, if you have 28 worshippers, you have to see it as something positive, right? I only made 6 temples. I have way more gods. I just ignored a lot of the gods because I made only temples for the biggest gods. You can see it. Temple. I have so many gods here. And I ignored most of them. Okay, some of them are human gods. One of them is like elven deities, whatever. And for example, for Aral, I didn't even make anything because just 5 people are worshipping that person. So I just took out the most known, the most liked ones, and made temples for them. And I didn't even make a temple for Ibrok Ghoul Tunnels, even though he has 26 worshippers, because he's the god of death, murder, and dusk. And I thought that is slightly misplaced, and you're not going to get a temple. but a lot of people love him, so I probably should do it. I also did not do a cult worship thing, because it's, again, just 5 people, and I was like, no, I can make something better. I can use that space for something better. So if you are actually nice to your dwarfs, then you make dedicated temples, and you make them nice, and you make for each god a dedicated temple. Obviously, it would work better if you just had your own layer, and you don't put it on the same layer as your bedrooms, for example. You put it 1 below or 2 below. You know, it's good enough. And then you have an entire layer to just sprawl out and do the layers. And that is also something where the whole quick forward blueprint thing comes in handy. Because if you have one blueprint where you can just, that is like, how would you say that? We can add onto the blueprint, right? It goes hand in hand, and it's the word. You can multiply the same blueprint over. Modular. Thank you very much. Modular is the word, exactly. And if you make a modular blueprint, then you can just make how many temples you want. You can make like 20 temples. And if you have enough space for that, then your dwarves will be so happy about it. And then slap some altars in, and maybe some musical instrument like I did, even though I don't think they're worth too much, so it's like kind of worthless. But this one, I think, is clear glass talon. No, wow, that is cheap. This, yeah, this platinum unos, for example, is worth 4,161. So, you know, there's room value. And for everybody that does not follow the main gods, I just put like a tiny shit temple into this place, and I'm like, whatever. That's why they hate it, you know? Well. But you can get there. It's fairly simple these days. And unless you have somebody that is really drowning, messenger. Oh, they're chained, probably, that's why. Yeah. They keep getting like negative modifiers because they're currently chained. So their mood is gonna go down very quickly simply because of that. As you can see, you know, every brown guilty is a -1. Wow, they have a lot of earrings. And a platinum crown. And they're crying. That's nice. Right, but now I want to do something. And now I want everybody to please get in. Now, this is a bit stinky because I'm not sure if everybody is in fact in. This person is in. Because sometimes when I activate the burrow, they just kind of stand there and don't really do anything. So I really hope... No, don't go out! Why? I'm not supposed to store anything in the stockpile right now. I was about to close the caverns, brother. Where are you going? Hall, rough amber opal. Really? That is what you're concerned about, you know? Okay, unbelievable. Okay, who else? I think they're fine right now. Okay. Then we can say cavern pull lever. Because I want to reactivate Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna make sure that nobody is here in the cavern. And somebody is here in the caverns. Why are you here in the caverns, brother? Good lord. Give me my military burrows back. Give me my military alarms. No, where did you go? Get in, please. Okay. Now. Looks good. Okay, it seems nobody's out there again. That means I'm going to go here and say normal enemies. Now, I'm uncertain whether or not the cavern creatures can spawn again here. Oh yeah, saving game, that's actually a good idea. Or if, because I walled off the entire cavern outside, if they cannot respawn inside the caverns, these ant-men. It would be very practical if they couldn't, and I just had my own cavern layer, while not actually having any problems with, like, ant-men. So I'm gonna delete this stockpile. There we go. But I think I have to go back into this place and mix the whole place a little bit up. Do a bit of action, you know what I mean? Saying is truly the smart thing to do. Yeah, you know, I love Dwarf Fortress, okay? But we can say one thing about it, and that is the game ain't stable. Often it will run without a problem, but sometimes it just is like, nope, I'm out of here in the least good moment. So quick saving is so good. It's just so good. All right, Swolfie. I forgot to show you this one. You remember the hamster woman? She's still in here somewhere. Here, she really likes my library. So my hamster woman, the good old Thicket Diamond Toke, is still here. She still lives here with us, and I should probably make her like a very small shrine to Ote Berry Baker, but that comes later. I made a steel statue because she likes steel. I made a steel statue of Thicket Diamond Toke and put it in the tavern. It's a superior quality steel statue of Thicket Diamond Toke. The item is a superiorly designed image of Thicket Diamond Toke, the hamster woman, in steel. Thicket Diamond Toke is traveling. The artwork relates to the visit of the hamster woman, Thicket Diamond Toke, to Faithtreaty in the late spring of 55. It is decorated with masterfully worked alpaca bone and well-crafted cushion clear glass cabochons. So yeah, this is it's a remembrance to her. I hope she stays here, but I cannot convince her. Well, I mean, I could, you know, I have the tools of God at my hand, but it's not my point. So yeah, we can make a small shrine for this person, because otherwise they get more and more sad. No, doing this would be kind of too small. Yeah, I should have put the temples one below, I guess. Like one layer below. But you know, we can still do it. Okay, come on, come on. Alert. Oh, caravan. Okay, good. Ooh, I have so much to trade, man. I have so much to trade. You will not believe it. First of all, I have a lot of like old clothing that I have to, and then I'm gonna trade. Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna trade all of it. This means that my my Baroness will be very upset about me trading these things, but I don't care. I have so many things. I have to get rid of them. It's not even funny. Okay, this is all old clothing. This is very old clothing. Old. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. There we go. We can delete this again. Drums, copper rings, quivers. I mean, look at my musical instruments. I'm a really musical fort and nobody's playing any of these. This steel ost is worth 3,000 dwarf bucks alone. And nobody is using it. Can't believe it. Right, I wanted to put all the large muscle shell gems into this stupid thing here. I want to get rid of all of them. Footwear. This can also all go. Do we have anything else that has to go? I don't think. I think that was pretty much it. No, that was not it. Okay. No, not the leather bin. Am I crazy? Not the cloth bins. Hang on. No. Cashew, finished wood, leather, cloth, finished goods. Am I crazy to sell the cloth? Cloth, leather, finished goods, finished goods, finished goods. Okay, that's good. And now we're gonna do it a little bit faster. Wow, look at them go. Look at them go. Whee! So fast. That's nice. Okay. Do I need anything? I don't think so. I'm still gonna say that I need something so they're not like miffed about it. Thanks, bye. I'm not gonna buy any of this. That's a... Oh. See, this is what I mean. They do bring elephants. Okay? These elephants are hauling items for the dwarves. And I cannot buy elephants from the dwarves. They're teasing me with this. I just want war elephants, man. Okay, can I trade now? Yes, I can. Okay. Okay, this is 111,000. What do we even want? It's not like I want anything from this caravan. But we can definitely buy some things because we do have the money. And just throwing it away would be so sad. But I'm gonna buy some of that dwarven syrup. Yum. Rum, beer, milk, no. No venom barrels as well. Don't need any of the weapons. Do we have a lot of meat? Yeah, we do have a lot of meat. Termite brain, giraffe brain, Floating guts intestines. Floating guts intestines. Okay. Sure. Monitor lizard liver. Giraffe heart. Cow brain. Voracious cave crawler heart. Can you not just give me like meat, not just weird parts of the animal? Leaves. Okay. Don't actually need threat, but I should have told them to bring dye. Ah. God damn it. And I could have dyed a lot of my cloth. Gonna take the cheese. No. No, but we're gonna take the sheets. Crystal glass, pudding stone, paradise knot, iron, malachite. It's not too crazy. You didn't bring any of the good stuff though. There are no scrolls, there are no querns, not querns. Quires. Rude. Dwarven sugar. Okay. Goose, duck, mule, drake. You know what? I'm gonna go for the duck, and I'm gonna go for the goose and peahen, and the drake, and the guinea hen. Toy boats, oolong. Okay, what is your most prized? I think this steel ost is the most expensive one. So we're just gonna take it because we can. We're also gonna take this tasted. We're gonna take the Sudan, the Cabnul, because I can. Also the Ock, like the big thing. Clay, petrified wood, rough gems. Sure. Cut gems, why not? We're still 99,000 over the limit. So I'm like just picking whatever. And you know what? I'm gonna take all these things out and I'm gonna say trade. And then I'm gonna click on this and offer as gift. Because I'm not good at trading. I don't care. I actually just want to get rid of all these items. So this trader just made the trade of his life. And I hope he remembers for the next year to bring something good. Again, I should have probably told him to bring me dye, so I could have dyed all my cloth. We have some dyed cloth, you know, emerald dye. Oh, look at that stockpile. Look at that beautiful empty stockpile. Blech. And I mean, I ultimately, I sold a lot of my music instruments, right? Did I? No, I didn't. All good. They're all in the tavern. It's so good. Well, I wouldn't say it like that. It is clean and organized. Those are the words I would use. So one interesting, okay, throw this away. Okay, very nice. So yeah, oh, did I say no trader needed? Yes. You know, I want it clean and organized. There is no point in having like 50 million stupid large shell gems laying around. However, we got this very large oak, this bloodthorn oak. I'm not sure where I want to put it yet. But I think I'm going to put it into this very small niche temple. Exactly here. Bloodthorn oak. I think that's very fitting. Yeah, okay. The Bloodthorn Oak. It's a well-crafted Bloodthorn Oak. The keyboard is made from bismuth bronze, the case is made from bloodthorn, strings are made from steel. Yeah. I don't know. It's it's like a piano, but it's like a blood red wooden piano. I think that's very fitting for a dwarven chapel like this. What's this now? Jestry Open Leopard wants to become a citizen of Faithtreaty. Who is Jestry Faith Leopard? Oh, it's a human dancer, huh? I asked to become a citizen. That was very satisfying. I actually don't see him living in this fortress, to be honest. I'm gonna be real. She's sloppy with her living space, often feels discouraged, has a greedy streak, doesn't seek out excitement. I mean, you made a lot of friends here. But to be honest, I'm just gonna be rude and say no. Deny. Bye. See you. Just want them to be a bard here. I don't want them to be a citizen. I'm sorry. Oh no, you're reciting poetry. God damn it. For a second I thought you were gonna dance. Oh, I had my hopes up. Did you haul all this? No, you didn't. You didn't. Okay, we're gonna encrust with the gems. Encrust furniture with cut gems. Okay. And I think that is probably it soon-ish for me. Just gonna announce that. It's already fairly late. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to show you more about blueprints and how to use them. Possibly making a new fortress where we then apply those blueprints to show you how quickly and how easy it is to make a fortress look good, look nice. I mean, okay, I'm gonna be real. I'm not the best layout planner for fortresses, as you can very clearly see. But, oh, so, you know, now I remember to actually talk about it. I saw a forum post by Putnam herself, and it was about the FPS issues. And in that post, it was... Actually, let me try and find the thing before I just try and completely scrap it up. Because a lot of people had like FPS issues, and we as a community always kind of pointed at like pathfinding as a general issue, but it seems not to be that much of an issue, to be honest. Now I just have to find it. Come on, I saw it. God freaking damn it. Yeah, no, time flies. You say it. Am I stupid? I can't find it. Can anybody of you find it, by the way? Because it was so interesting. No, shit. Am I filtering for new posts? No. Of course. When I'm trying to show it, I can't find it. Are you serious? It's always like this, isn't it? Yeah, but it was like I think this morning on the sub, so it has been a hot minute. But now obviously I am unable to locate the whole thing. Which is so annoying. Crap. Anyway, it came basically down to the point that apparently this slowest thing, the thing that slows the game down the most, is in fact not pathfinding. It is family relations. Wow. So pathfinding is like 1% of the whole thing. The whole slowing your game down thing is just 1% accredited to pathfinding. Which I think is like, oof. So yeah, it doesn't matter that much. You know, you've heard a lot that, oh yeah, you have to build your fortress this way, this way, this way, this way. Like, do it multi-level. Do stairs here. Trapper has been missing for a week. Ah, stupid Trapper. Is he in the caverns? What? No, he got fucking killed. He got killed by somebody and now everybody is in jail. Oh my god, I'm not looking at my goddamn game for a minute and you're all in jail now, huh? Is that crazy or what? God damn it. Now all these people are in jail because they beat somebody. What? That is so annoying. Oops, no, I wanted to actually scroll down. Stonecrafter. Confess to disorderly conduct. My god, these people are like something else, huh? Oh, I also violated a lot of production orders. I just realized that. Make crowns, make chains. Ugh. Fine. Gold crown. gold chain. Like that. You happy now? My god, look at that dungeon, huh? Good thing I built that, because otherwise they would like beat these dwarfs. Which is important because she's saying that pathfinding might still cause frame death in specific circumstances. Yeah. But usually when I... Why is there a stink? Just put Sibrek into a tomb, bro. It used to be stuff like somebody is stuck in the cavern, somebody is trying to path through a door where they can't, or a bunch of dogs are trying to path through a door that is tightly locked because you just removed the animal zone that they were assigned to. Now that is not real anymore. That can't happen anymore because you cannot close doors tightly anymore. You cannot forbid a door to be opened by an animal. They just kind of don't do it anymore. They don't path through these doors, but if they get scared, they still run out these doors. So you can't really tightly close doors anymore. So that whole issue where animals like decimated your FPS because they're pathing somewhere where they're not supposed to path to is gone. It never happened to me again. And if people are locked in the caverns, I don't even notice it anymore because I just notice it when they die randomly. So I think these pathfinding issues that we had in the past are, I don't want to say gone because that might be overstating that, but they might be severely reduced to the point of them being negligible. I have to make prepared meals. Ugh. So it is very interesting to see that I don't remember the full numbers, to be honest, in that post. It's very sad that I was not able to find it. But if you are able to find it, please link it to me. Because it's a whole thing where family relation seems to be the slowest thing. Yeah, it's cool. It's interesting. I hope she writes more about it because I'm very interested to see what else is slowing down the game. This doesn't mean that you have to kill like families or whatever. That's not the whole point of the game. It just means that that is the slowest to calculate part of the game. Okay, are you satisfied with these things? Yes. Okay. Great. Okay, so I think I'm ending on the note that people beat somebody to death and now they're all in jail. And they hate themselves because they are in fact in jail. Who would have thought? They're all feeling guilty after being confined. Okay. Except for this dude, he's like repentant. But he's also a weirdo, so who knows? I asked her if she could confirm whether the dwarves run relationship checks when in proximity or only when doing social activities. Oh, she said only when doing social activities in the same place. Okay, that's good to know. So removing the social areas or dividing them up can help. Yeah, I mean, help with the FPS issue, but ultimately that's not really what you want to do because then your dwarves get kind of sad and whiny about not seeing their families. Stop reciting poetry and tell stories. Go play an instrument. Come on, you have 2 hands. right? I mean, you do have. Yes, you have 2 hands. Come on. Yeah. Okay. I was about to leave, but the whole point of slowing things down and FPS issues and social activities, I will have to find that post until tomorrow, so I can actually give you that post and show you that post and talk about it correctly. But I get that. I will get it. So I have to thank all of you for coming by and watching this, and I hope it was at least helpful in the least to get a first like see through of the scripts of DFHack currently. They changed a little bit, especially the whole cursor situation changed. And tomorrow we're probably going to do a little bit of quick forward and blueprints because, God, it has become so easy to do it. Like, even I can do it. Crazy. So, I'm going to pause the game. Thank you all for coming by. And see you tomorrow. Have a good night.